Hello, King's Head Theatre Online. My name's Adam Hemming. I'm the director of The Space. The Space is a theatre based in a converted church on the Isle of Dogs. And my role there as director is I'm both the artistic and the executive director. So it's an all encompassing role. So my time is spent doing all sorts of things from fundraising. Yesterday we were doing a big clean of the space, getting it ready for reopening. I direct shows there, I program the theatre. Pretty much everything involved in running the space is what I do. And happy to answer any questions anyone has about any of those different things. Just going to see. Oh, I can see the comments coming in on Facebook. That's brilliant. Just making sure that I could see those so I can see if any questions come in. I'm going to be talking today about Lockdown Looking Up, which was our online program during the lockdown, plus some of the shows that we've got coming up at the space. But first, I just wanted to let everybody know about a crowdfunding campaign that we're running at the moment. Like many theatres, the space's future is uncertain. The latest announcement that these new restrictions are likely to be in place for 6 months means that our ability to earn income through ticket sales and hall hires and from our cafe bar is going to be restricted. So we've joined the Theatres Trust Save Our Theatres campaign. It's a brilliant campaign set up by the Theatres Trust and well worth checking out. There's a number of theatres across the country who are taking part in it. So we have joined that campaign. We've got a crowdfunder running. We've got about 11 or 12 days left to go on our campaign. But there's a few little bits and pieces that I thought might be of interest to King's Head Theatre audience. The campaign's being supported by our patron, who's Sir Ian McKellen, and Sir Ian is going to do an online Q&A for a number of people. And you can purchase that as a reward package on the crowdfunder, but everybody who donates to the crowdfunding campaign will be entered into a draw for tickets to join in on Zoom for an online Q&A, which will take place on the 22nd of October. We've also been sponsoring creatives throughout our campaign. So a lot of our packages are geared towards providing services from consultations to rehearsal space, all sorts of different things for freelance creatives. So you can sponsor an actor or a playwright or a director or a theatre company. And so far we've had a brilliant response to those packages. We've got 6 actors, 6 playwrights, 3 theatre companies, 2 directors, 2 theatre practitioners, 2 residencies, and an online workshop course have all been sponsored by our donors so far, which is just incredible. We're really very, very grateful to everyone who's pledged so far. Just to pick up on a couple of those that we've announced so far. So Sabrina and Samantha Richmond are playwrights who work together. They're sisters as well. And they've been working on a piece called Genetic Beauty. And so they are one of our sponsored playwrights. So they'll be receiving dramaturgical support from our literary manager as they develop that script. And then another playwright, Annie Fox, has sponsored the Female Edit theatre company, run by Deborah Wastel and Lucy McCabe. They're a really brilliant company. I went to see a showcase of theirs pre-lockdown times that was superb, and they're going to have a consultation with one of our trustees who's an experienced theatre practitioner. So there's loads of different packages available on the crowdfunder. You can get tickets for shows, for upcoming shows. One of the most popular things has been my daughter's doodles. We do a live Facebook broadcast every Monday at 5 o'clock from the space. And since I've been working from home, my daughter has been co-hosting that with me, and she live doodles during the broadcast. Her first 10 doodles have already been sold, but we've got some future doodle packages up there as well, so people can get some exclusive artwork from my 8-year-old that's produced live during our Facebook broadcasts. If you can, please do support the campaign, and if you can't, then spreading the word and sharing it is equally valuable. Liking and retweeting and all of that sort of stuff goes a long way. And hopefully we'll reach our target. We're a good way towards it already. So back to sort of what we've been up to at the space. Um, we finished our lockdown looking up online program. The last time I was on King said Theatre Online, I was talking about what we were going to be doing throughout the lockdown, and the majority of the content from what we created is still available up on our website. So just to describe some of the things that we did, we had 13 readings of new plays through our Scriptspace script development program, all via Zoom, and those are all up on our YouTube channel, and there's a link to those from the website. We had a Festival of Duologues. We commissioned 8 playwrights to write two-handers to be performed online. And all 8 playwrights worked with our literary manager and developed some brilliant scripts. We had an incredible cast, really fantastic cast, including Patsy Ferran, and 3 of those plays won Oncom Awards, the Off West End's online awards. And again, all of those 8 plays are still available to watch. You can either watch them on our YouTube channel via the website or on scenesaver.com, where there's a lot of online stuff still up there. But yeah, really grateful to everybody who worked on 2.0 Fest. It was a really fantastic project and a great way for us to sort of round off the lockdown looking up program. The other thing we did was we had 6 workshop courses with 5 workshops in each. And again, the materials from those courses are available on the website. So we had a theatre and activism course, and Theatre Through the Ages course, and all of the content from those are up and available. Plus we had 2 youth programs, and again there's workshops, so if you know young people who are looking for some theatre work to do, they can work through those materials and kind of repeat the course for themselves. We are going to have another online workshop course. As I said earlier, one of the packages that's been sponsored already is an online workshop course. So we're just working out what that's going to be. It might be a sort of follow-on from our theatre and activism course. But we're also talking about possibly doing some interactive storytelling workshops. So yeah, whilst we can't run our workshops at the venue at the moment, we're definitely looking at more ways of doing online workshops and creating some of those. So if anyone has any thoughts or ideas of online workshops that they would like to see the space creating and producing, then drop us a comment and let us know. Or you can email me on adam@space.org.uk. Yeah, I'm rattling through this. If anyone does have any questions, as I said throughout the course of this, please do feel free to just drop a question in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it. We have brilliant. King's Head have just posted our YouTube channel onto the chat, so you can see that there. And something else that we've just put on there, actually, that I'll talk about. We were part of a project with Queen Mary University. They had a project called Conversations, where they were linking cultural organisations with academics to talk about a number of different things related to mental health. And we were paired with an academic called Dr. Maria Turi, and we had an hour-long conversation over Zoom, myself and playwright Isabel Dixon, that was our conversation was recorded, and we talked about all sorts of different things. And then from that conversation, we created a short play, 30-minute play called Life in Boxes. And last, actually Monday just gone, we had the premiere performance. It was performed live online, and we had some fantastic feedback and responses. A really beautifully written piece by Izzy Dixon, and that's also up on the YouTube channel and worth a watch. It's about 2 sisters who are dealing with their mother's passing and clearing out her house, and they're having to do that whilst one of them is present at the mother's house, and the other one is in America and not able to travel back to help. But yeah, that's worth a watch. If you've got 30 minutes spare, go and check that one out. So we've got some live theatre coming back to the space. As I said earlier, yesterday was spent doing a big deep clean on the venue. We've cleaned out the green room and the hall itself, and We've had all of our lighting stock has been checked and maintained and tested and stuff. So we're very close to being ready to being able to welcome audiences back into the space. And we've got 4 shows coming up throughout October as part of that. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. The first show, which opens next Tuesday, is called Plutos. It's a Greek comedy. It's originally by Aristophanes, and this is a new adaptation. It's performed by Theastos Theatre Company. It's an all-singing, all-dancing, all-farting, apparently, comedy about wealth and about our pursuit of wealth. And really looking forward to having that in the space. The second show on, so that runs from Tuesday till next Saturday. The second show that is on is That Was All by Mrs. C's Collective. It's written by Francis Grin, directed by Charlotte Everest, and performed by Jenny Eggleton. This was actually the next show due to perform at the space before lockdown hit. And it's a really beautiful piece. I saw it at Oso Art Centre over a year ago now. And Mrs. C's Collective have been fantastic during lockdown. So despite them never having performed at the space, we made them an associate company of the venue, based on the sort of work that they had been doing with us and independently during lockdown. They have they had a project called The Reading Room, where they've been reading 3 plays by selected playwrights and then meeting with that playwright online to talk about them. So they've had people like Marina Carr and Kwame Kwei-Amamah, and they've got their final one this Sunday, which is with Tanika Gupta, and that should be really fascinating and really interesting. So check out Mrs. C's Collective. I think there's still room to join that reading room session I think it's Sunday at 1 o'clock. The third show that we've got on is called In Bad Taste by 1660 Theatre Company. They're an all-female theatre company. The company actually all live together, so they've been in lockdown together, so have a nicely formed bubble. So their social distancing for them is much easier as performers. It's a very, very funny play. It's one of the funniest scripts I've read in quite a long time. It kind of mixes capitalism and cannibalism. It's quite a dark comedy, but again, I think really worth watching. And that's on, so that was all the 8th to the 10th of October. In Bad Taste is on from the 15th to the 17th of October. And then the 4th and final show that we've got in our mini reopening season is How to Survive the Sharepocalypse. This is based on the idea that the only things to survive the apocalypse will be cockroaches and share. And this is a modified version of their show. So it's going to be a solo performer, but with video content from a number of other performers. The company's called I Need to Share, and they are a cabaret collective devoted to share impersonation. And the show is a number of points on how to survive an apocalypse and how to live your life using the lessons learned from Cher herself, from her life. So yeah, hi Simon Jenner, thank you for saying hi on here. Good to have you here. Yeah, so those are the things that we've got coming up at the venue. We're open to, we have a number of shows that were rescheduled before that we've kind of, we've got sort of dotted throughout our calendar and our diary. But we're really keen to start talking to theatre makers about what their plans are and about what they think might be possible in the near future. We're looking to have a live programme at the venue, but we're also looking to continue our online work and host more shows. What we thought we'd do is sort of Meet the Space online event where we can, you can meet some of the people who work for the space, and we can kind of talk you through how we work and what the different things are that we've been doing. And then you can tell us about your ideas for shows, and we can just have a chat about it and kind of fairly informally find out what people are interested in doing and move that forward. So if there are any theatre makers out there, we're looking to do this on, we're going to do 2 of them. We're going to do one on the evening of Wednesday the 7th of October and one during the daytime on Friday the 9th of October. That's exclusive news. Nobody else has been has been told that yet. We only decided last night that those would be the dates. So Little King's Head Theatre Online exclusive for you. Yeah, so again, if you're interested in finding out about those, we haven't posted them anywhere yet, but the best thing to do is probably to email me on my email address, which is adam@space.org.uk. Leon Fleming's watching. Thank you very much, Leon. Leon says the space is ace. We think you're ace too. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got. I've got 5 minutes left, I think. So if anyone does have any questions or anything that they want to ask me, I'll try and think if there's anything else. Just a reminder, our crowdfunding campaign has about 11 or 12 days left. You can, everyone who pledges is entered into a draw for tickets to an online Q&A with our patron, Sir Ian McKellen. And we've got all sorts of brilliant packages on there where you can sponsor freelance creatives and help us help the freelancers out there and the theatre makers that we all need and love, and help them sort of develop some work or get some support through that. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there unless anyone's got any questions coming in. Thank you very much for having me on King's Head Theatre. Really appreciate it. Look forward to coming and visiting you at some point in the future, and hope everybody there is doing very well, including your brilliant audiences. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you either at the King's Head or at the Space, hopefully in the not too distant future, or online somewhere on some online event. I'm sure there will be lots of those. But yeah, thanks very much for having me. I'm gonna stop waffling, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.